Hi, welcome to my channel, and today on the Blade Master I'm speaking to you about my 3 go-to home defense weapons. This is if shit hits the fan type weapons, right? One of which I spoke to you about in my previous video. So yeah. Okay, number 1 is the Okapi Bowie machete. Okay, the reason I like this one is because it's got good reach. Got the clip point, back cuts, okay, and you can slash and stab, but it's mainly a good stab. It's got the reach for stabbing, and you can do the back cuts, like a karambit and hook. I've honed it, so it's very, very, very sharp. It's got a very sharp tip, and the clip point's extremely sharp. The clip point's good and sharp for penetration, so if you stab someone, it helps drive the knife in and go deep. The second knife is the one I spoke to you about. That is the Okapi Kukri machete. Also 1055 carbon steel. Also sharpened, honed it, made the tip a bit sharper. This is a chopper. Okay, just like I said, two-handed weapon. Also, you can use it good, hard force. Don't need a lot of skill because, as you can see, don't need to bend the wrist a lot in order for it to be effective, because the curvature of the blade really does it all for me. Whereas with this knife, if I do that, it doesn't do anything, so I've got to keep the wrist bent in order for me to get the same angle as the Okapi Kukri. Okay. Alright. Yes, you can probably still use 2 hands on this knife as well and chop and stab like a mini sword. Alright. The last one, which to me is if the kukri and the Okapi Bowie had a baby, this is what they would be made. Now a lot of you would say it'd probably be the Copus, because the Copus has a bit of a curvature, also widened at the end, but I'd say this one because of the tapered point, just like the Bowie, but the wider bevel, just like the kukri, meaning it's a good chopper, but also exceptional at stabbing. Very good for two-handed, okay? My hands are medium size, I would say. Larger hands, you might have to do this and have the few fingers off the edge, but I promise you, it still works well. This thing, you don't need a lot of skill. Literally just point the thing at the person that you're trying to kill, or like a baseball bat, you can swing with 2 hands, right? Okay, also good for two-handed transition, all right? Now, I don't know if you can hear that in the camera, that nice sound effect it makes. I'll be cutting the air. Okay. So, very fast, very good, very light weapon. The heaviest of both of them, but awesome, intimidating, hardcore blade. Now, all 3 of them are 1055 steel. All 3 of them are beautiful. Okay. The other thing is you can dual them. Okay. Whatever one you want, keep in a dominant hand, and you can cut with it, right? And use to chop and cut and defend yourself, right? Block. Okay, so you can use them to chop together, chop independently, shouldn't matter. Okay, parry and defend. Okay, same goes for this. Alright, so my dominant hand is the right hand. Doesn't really matter if you pick it up, because you should be pretty good with both hands, but just say, this is my dominant hand, my right hand. Keep your smaller blade in your less dominant hand, and then keep them back, and use this to defend yourself. So they come in, you can use this to stab, like a Scottish dirk, the little Scottish fighting knife that they used, and fight with the main knife, or main sword. Alright, so you fight, and if they come close, you can finish them with the small one. Okay, Same thing goes. You can use it to fight. Alright? 30 centimeter long blade. 60 centimeter long blade. Big difference. This thing looks like a small little knife compared to this thing once I have it in perspective. But this thing is massive in comparison to, say, my Spyderco, right? Just have to get the Spyderco. Alright, my Spyderco Civilian. Right, my Spyderco Civilian. Here it is. So in perspective, right? The whole knife fits into the blade of this knife. Alright? But you can't carry that kind of knife around. So you've got to carry the small one around, right? There we go. It deploys quite quickly. Sorry, I couldn't get the deployment to work properly because it was a bit awkward with this knife in my other hand. So here it is. This is the, to show you. And then to show you, right, in perspective of this, I mean, you could probably fit 2 of these knives with this. So that's why I like these 3 for home defense. And I like the steel that's made from with the 1055, which is very easy to maintain, very easy to hone and chop. You're not scared to chop with it. And the other thing is, it's not so hard that you can't maintain it. Okay, like a 3V steel or something ridiculous. Okay, it's not going to cost you $10,000 or something stupid, right? Things that samurai swords are made from. So you don't mind it getting a little bit shit as the fan using this. But it's beautiful anyway, and you'll like to look at it every day. So I hope this helps. Now my next part 2 of this video, I'm going to show you why I like it for home defense. And see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. So this is my room. Okay, where I sleep at night. Okay, so the door's closed. Alright. Now there's space behind the door here. And there's space behind the door here. So it doesn't matter. I prefer to probably be here. Okay. Say I've got whatever knife or sword I have. Say I've got this gladius. They try and come in. Okay. They can't see. Right? But I can also stab around the door and use this as a cover. Because maybe they've got a gun or something. Yes, I can put it through the door and get to me, but it won't be as effective as getting it to me here. So I've got cover, and yes, you could say if I had a gun, I could also have cover and shoot past the door and whatever. Yes, great, and traumatize my child who's sleeping here, you know, and have him be deaf with gunshots and all sorts of things. So there's also that, and there's a lot of echo in this room because there's very high ceilings. Right, so, and either way I'm still getting shot, right? So it doesn't matter if I have a gun or I've got a sword, you're still using this as cover to go attack the people trying to come in, so you'd still get shot. So it doesn't matter what item you use, it's still the same thing. Anyway, so I'm using this as cover and I'm stabbing, right? Whatever is coming through, or he's coming through, and I can chop at whatever he's coming in through with a knife, a screwdriver, a hammer, or a gun. Same with the bowie, same with the kukri. Whatever one I grab, it's tickets for them, right? And I can close it, right? And use it, and use this to try and sort of barricade myself. Now a lot of you will say, okay, what if he decides to grab the knife? You want to grab this thing? What are you going to grab? If you choose to grab it, I'm going to pull back, right? And continue. Even if you happen to grab my wrist, I'm still pulling away. And I'm still coming through at you. So I'm not going to let you just grab this thing. I'm not going to be like, okay, here. Right? No, I'm here, I'm holding it. And I'm going to slice, right? Same thing here. I'm holding it, I'm ready. And I'm going to slice with whatever's coming. I know it's not my family because they're here and in this bedroom with me. Right? And I can close it. Obviously call security, do all the right things. But whatever one I use, it's a bad day for you. That's why I use it for home defense. I thought about it. That's just my idea. Let me know what you think, and yeah, what do you like to use for your home defense? All right, see you in the next one.